What's up guys, Dave from DC Tech back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Huawei P20 Lite from 2018. Let's get started. Right, let's start with the specs of the Huawei P20 Lite. Now, this phone was released in March 2018 with a build quality that has a front glass and back glass designed with an aluminium frame. You can either get it in single SIM or hybrid dual SIM. Hybrid dual SIM meaning your SD card slot can be used as a secondary SIM card. The display is an IPS LCD, which is 5.84 inches and is 1080p. Out the box, it came with Android 8 Oreo and is upgradable to Android 9 on Huawei Skin EMUI 9.0. It's running the Kirin 659 16nm chipset with the Mali T830 MP2 GPU. Internal storage, you can configure it to 32 gigs with 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs with 4 gigs of RAM, or 128 gigs with 4 gigs of RAM. And storage is the eMMC 5.1. On the camera side of things, you have a 16 megapixel main camera with a 2 megapixel depth sensor on the back that can record up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. It also supports HDR and panorama. The selfie camera is a single 16 megapixel camera that is capable of shooting 1080p at 30 frames per second. On the back, you also have your fingerprint scanner. On the battery side of things, you have a 3000 mAh non-removable battery that can charge up to 18 watts of fast charging. This phone was released alongside the Huawei P20 and P20 Pro, and it became very popular for its upper mid-range specs at a very low price. It competed with most of Samsung's budget range and actually dominated that market. When it comes to the cameras, it produces nice vibrant photos, and selfies don't have that over softened look that AI produces nowadays with the newer phones. When using the phone daily, it doesn't seem to stutter or lag when doing anything. Gaming is actually quite smooth. Now and then you do get a bit of a dip if you're playing like hardcore games like Call of Duty or PUBG Mobile. But other than that, the chipset handles almost flawlessly, and the graphics are, I wouldn't say rivals flagships, but it beats most budget and mid-range phones today. The P20 Lite's 1080p LCD display is nice and vibrant, and you don't really notice it being a lower end screen. It looks just as good as any AMOLED or OLED panel, just missing the contrasty look. Huawei is known to have some really good looking phones, and it's no exception with the P20 Lite. When the sun hits the back of the phone, it just looks really cool. It has this mirrored finish that has like streaks on the back of it. It looks really good. And when it comes to the charging, a small phone like this charging up to 18 watts is quite remarkable actually. Some of Samsung's budget phones only charge up to 15 watts, and Huawei comes in 2018 pushing a upper mid-range phone using 18 watts of fast charging. If you had to put the Huawei P20 Lite next to a phone from today, a budget phone that costs about the same as the P20 right now, the P20 Lite right now, it looks tiny compared to what companies are pushing out right now. And I have to say, it's nice to have a change where we actually have a compact phone, still by today's standards, an excellent phone, and can compete with most, if not all, budget phones today. Right now you can pick up the P20 Lite for 4,890 Rand on takealot.com. If you look at a phone at that same price point, the P20 Lite absolutely schools it. It's so much faster. Image processing may be a little bit different, but I'm sure the P20 Lite would look a lot better. I know it matches the A20 and most of Samsung's first A series from 2019. Right now the P20 Lite is an absolute deal, especially when Huawei right now is in a bit of a tough spot with the Android and the Google services. If you're still looking to buy a Huawei device, I would recommend the P20 Lite or the P30 Lite. But if you're looking for a Huawei phone that's compact, has Android and the Google services, the P20 Lite is the phone to get. It's perfect for everyday use. The battery doesn't die quickly. It lasts about the whole day. You might need to top it up, but when it comes to an 18-watt fast charger, you don't really need to worry about your phone dying during the day. Anyway, that's been it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to DC Tech. I'll catch you in the next one.